Hello students, so today we're going to be speaking about the believing game. It's going to be part of a two-part series in which we later will encounter the doubting game. What exactly is the believing game? Well, I want you to think about this. Let's say you get an email and it says you have just earned a scholarship for your next college or for the college you're applying to. There's two ways to encounter this. One is that you believe it and you put in all your information without questioning anything. And the second way is in which we doubt it and analyze where this is coming from and any discrepancies that can be wrong with it. For the purposes of today, we're going to do the first, which is that we just suspend our judgment and believe the email. In this case, our assignment is going to be to believe the author. So, as we spoke about earlier, we're going to go ahead and use the Bounce app website to paraphrase the article. So as you can see here, all I did was that I put in the URL for the website or for the article, and then from there all I do is put grab screenshot. Now as it loads it up, it'll go ahead and put it all as one screenshot in which we can annotate the page. I know it has an advertisement here, but you can just go ahead and ignore that. So here we have the full length article, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to play the believing game with the whole article. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the first couple of lines for you, and then you're going to go ahead and do the next lines. So for example, this one, it says, imagine walking into the toy department and noticing several distinct aisles. In one, you find toys packaged in dark brown and black, which include the inner city street corner building set and a little rapper dress-up kit. In the next aisle, the toys are all in shades of brown and include farm worker themed playsets and a hotel housekeeper. If toys were marketed solely according to racial and ethnic stereotypes, customers would be outraged, and rightfully so. Yet every day, people encounter toy departments that are rigidly segregated, not by race, but by gender. There are pink aisles where toys revolve around beauty and domesticity, and blue aisles filled with toys related to building, action, and aggression. So what is it that we get from this paragraph? What is it that the author is trying to say? The author starts off by saying that we would be outraged if toys were to be divided by race, but we aren't outraged at the fact that toys are divided by gender. Then we'd go ahead and press OK, and that saves our comment there. So now you can see that my comment is going to stick there. The author starts off by saying that we would be outraged if toys were to be divided by race, but we aren't outraged at the fact that toys are divided by gender. So as you can see, we're doing a very close reading of this and believing everything the author is saying. Next, we're going to move on to the next portion of it. Gender has always played a role in the world of toys. What's surprising is that over the last generation, the gender segregation and stereotypes of toys have grown to unprecedented levels. We've made great strides toward gender equity over the past 50 years, but the world of toys looks a lot more like 1952 than 2012. So now, what do you think the author is saying here? Remember, we're suspending judgment. We're just believing everything the author is saying and using all the evidence, believing all the evidence that the author puts forth. So in this case, claims toys have always been gendered, but it has grown in unprecedented levels recently. So that's an example of what we're going to do. And again, this was just a recap of what we did in class, so that way we can go ahead and start thinking about all this stuff. So now I want you to go ahead and do that. Do the rest of the article on your own. And again, we are suspending judgment, just believing everything the author has to say. After we're finished, we're going to go ahead and put save here and then share this feedback by getting this URL and then sending it in an email to me.